Today I am going to be opening up the November Vintage Craft subscription box from CoraCreaCrafts, and I'm going to be using the supplies in here to create a series tracker in my supplemental reading journal. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And yes, today I'm going to be doing a very quick unboxing of CoraCreaCrafts November subscription box, and I'm going to be creating a series tracker in my supplemental reading journal. So yeah, I have a few supplemental reading journals. Basically they are ongoing journals, where my other reading journals like this one are yearly based, but I wanted a reading journal where I could do reviews of series that I have completed. And I set this one up some time ago, like a few months ago. And I do have some pages in the front that I created to kind of capture like my favorite series of the year. That's how these pages are going to work. And then I created like an index for all of the series that I'm actually reviewing back here, or giving my thoughts on, or doing fun spreads for, however we want to say it. However, the one thing that I did not do is save room for an actual series tracker. So all of the book series that I'm in the middle of, and I really want to do that in here. I will also do that in my annual journal. We are not going to do that today. So yeah, because I didn't leave room, we're going to create it in the back, but I want to include every single series that I have started since I started doing reading journals about 3 years ago. I did leave some of them out, some of the ones that I don't think I'm going to read. I'm also going to be doing a series journal in here. I've already created the page. I don't think I did this on camera. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Here it is. So I'm doing an Alice in Wonderland theme for my 2026 reading journal, and this is my series tracker spread that I did off camera. So I did the doors, and then the little door, you know, when Alice first falls down the rabbit hole. This is the room that she ends up in. I'm just going to list the series that are more or so on my TBR. So that's the reason why I wanted to have a series tracker in here, because I don't want to put all of the series that I'm in the middle of in my 2026 journal, especially if those are series that I'm not 100% sure that I really want to jump back into in 2026, you know, because sometimes I get intrigued by new series and completely neglect some of the old ones. But this one's going to house everything. I even have started writing a notebook, which I need to go grab, that has listed them all. But before we get into that, we are going to open this subscription box, because this is a literary or book themed or library themed. I can't remember what the exact title was. I think it might be library. And I figured, hey, there should be some tools in here, or some stickers, some washi stamps maybe, that I can use to create this spread. I did not tear the box, guys. I did not tear the box. Now, I do have something extra in here. I was missing something from my Halloween box, and that is supposed to be in here. Oh my goodness, look at this paper. They always do a great job theming everything out, including the paper. Look at that. I did so good. Okay, these are the clips that were missing from my Halloween box, so I did get those in case you hadn't seen that video. Yeah, I had a 3-month subscription for CoraCreaCrafts, plus I bought a whole bunch of other stuff. You can definitely check my unboxing videos to see everything that I have gotten from CoraCreaCrafts. So if you do subscribe to the subscription box, you will not get this box, but they should be selling this box individually now, so like a one-off. It is a little bit more than if you were to get a subscription, but sometimes they also list some of the individual items in the shop, so that's why I wanted to do a full-on unboxing. I'm going to take all of the packaging off, and then we are going to quickly go through this. All right, so everything is unwrapped except for these little small, I don't know if these are die cuts. I think they're just cutouts. So I didn't want to take those out just yet, but we're going to go through everything, like I said, really, really fast. Let's start with the PET tape. Here we go. The one thing I can say about CoraCreaCrafts PET tape is I feel like the loops are very, very long. And what I define by a loop is you know, the number of different stickers on one piece before it starts repeating itself. See, I'm still going. This is the loop. So this is where the loop ends. This is where it starts repeating itself. Look, y'all, that's how much you have left on here. So you probably have like 10 loops. So here we go. Just kind of going back through it as I roll it back up so you can kind of see what's on here. So you can see we have desk, we have writing tools, we have wax seals. We have, obviously, it looks like some more darkish academia vibes as well, but not all dark. Now, CoraCreaCrafts is a little bit more on the vintagey side, so most things are going to have that vintage aesthetic. I personally like that. I like having variety in my stash. So this is where some of that variety comes from in my stash, because I don't really have any other vintage items except from what I've gotten from her shop. All right, so this is a bookshelf washi. Again, with the vintagey vibes, you have some bottles on there. You have some like plants and some other things on the bookshelf in addition to just the books. So there we go. And then we have this wooden stamp that's a library card. So you can see this is a really nice wooden stamp. I'm not going to stamp anything right now. I hope that's okay with you guys. And then we have clear stamps. I know that there were stickers, so we can use the back of one of these. So here we go with the stamps. We have Biblioteca Occulta restricted section. Then we have a book stack. We have a shelf here with some books and some other things. Very vintagey looking. Then we have some seals, a book, Stay Calm and Read On, from the private collection of Ex Libris. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but there we go with the stamp set. The sticker sheets, now that I have them here, or the sticker, wait a minute, there's sticker sheets, right? Oh no, there's only one. Okay, so there's one sticker sheet. That's probably why there was no packaging with this one. So you can see it has some of the genres of books, and then we just have some stickers here. It keeps unraveling. All right, and then this is stickers here, so that's why you only got one sticker sheet. I'm gonna put these out on my desk. There we go. So these are like thicker die cut vinyl stickers. It looks like some of it needs to be popped through, but that's okay. I can do that as I go through. I like these little 10s. Let's see. I'll make sure I'm saying this right. Okay, these are library cutouts. So I'm also just put these on my desk. So these I would have to tape on or glue on or what have you. But there we go there. Hard to get back in. So I'm just going to leave this one aside. And now we're going to take a look at the papers. So these are, you know, thicker papers. And there we go. So that is my subscription box for this month from CoraCreaCrafts. I did pause my subscription. I canceled my subscription. I only wanted to do 3 months worth. I guess I should mention that I also have a discount code for CoraCreaCrafts. I am not an affiliate, but you can use my discount code to save 15%, and that does include your very first subscription, whether it be a single month-to-month subscription or a like bundle subscription of like 3 months or a year. And that is plans with a Z 15. Okay, so I think we're going to use these. I really like this. And I mean, I like them all, but I kind of like some of these vibes. Okay. So I can move my reading journal for 2026 out of the way because we're not going to be using this today. Okay, so I went through my Storygraph as well as some of my older reading journals, and I started looking at like all of the books that I was currently in the middle of, or all the series that I was currently in the middle of, and I thought there was a slight chance that I might finish them, and this is what I have. So it's not too many, but I did just start my reading journey, or get back on track with my reading journey a couple of years ago. And there are just some that I knew I was not going to read. I read one book and I was like, oh, that's enough. But there's a couple on here that I might not finish, but I didn't want to forget them because I feel like this is also a good TBR list if I'm trying to figure out what to read next. And maybe I'll flip here and try to go ahead and finish a series. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave space beside the title, probably to the left of the title. So I am going to set this up in chart format. You'll see that momentarily, but I do want to somehow signify the book series that are completed because those are the ones I probably want to prioritize as far as maybe reading. So let's see. I think I want to do some sort of Dutch door. I'm thinking maybe we'll start here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be more than enough. I'm going to try to do these alphabetically as well. Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll do the title here. So yeah, I'm starting from the back. So I still have all of these pages for my series reviews. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm learning. This is my first. I did another series journal that I had started and I just didn't love it. So I restarted it here. But it's still fairly new to me. So I'm figuring out what works or what doesn't. We'll see. All right. So what I'm thinking is I definitely want something to signify that this is my series trackers. So that's why I was thinking about using something here. But of course, being this is a 8x8, these don't perfectly fit. So I'm only going to do one page for the cover page, but I'm thinking this will be one of the cases where I rip the pages. I kind of like one of these. I don't know why. I just really like one of these. So yeah, when the paper is not a perfect fit, you just, rip it in half or rip it however you please to make it fit a little bit better. So initially I was just going to use half the paper and then just do the top corner or the bottom corner. In this case, it was just going to be that top right-hand corner. But then I was like, I really like this paper. And when I ripped it, you didn't get to see enough of the image. So I'm like, let's put the whole paper on there. And let's put some on the top and then some on the bottom. And then I'll have this area in the middle that I can actually do my title, which is going to be Series Tracker. You will see momentarily that I did have trouble finding alphabet stickers that had all of the actual letters that I needed. The first time I thought I found the perfect font that I wanted to use, and then I didn't have enough S's, so I had to start over. So what I am going to add to this page later is I'm going to add a key that's going to be color-coded for years. So I'm going to start probably for 2023 and then work my way forward. So that way, whatever year I read the book, I will have that assigned to a specific color. So that way in my chart, you can see what year I read certain books. So that's pretty much it. So let's say we wrap this part up and get to the actual tracker. All right, there we go. It's like it is. I don't want to try to figure out where to put it to center it, so it is good. Okay, now we are going to get to the actual series tracker. So I'm going to do this in table format. So I'm going to write the title of the series. I thought about putting the cover of the first book on here, which I didn't print out. It would be so small though, because what I want is I only want 2 lines per book. And that would be, that would be way too small. The only problem I have with putting the series title is some of these, I was like, what series is this? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I should put like the first book, but then that completely throws off. But if I do 2 lines, I don't know. This is hard. Maybe I should have thought about this more. So this is, I mean, to me, this is a lot of series that I have started in the past 3 years. I am not including any of the series that I have finished. I put Blood and Ash on there. I said I wasn't going to read the final 3, but we'll see. We'll see. I didn't want to put that on there. I didn't want to leave that off. This is going to be hard because what I want to do is do like A and B. I want to put this in alphabetical order. It's just going to be easier for me to find when I'm like, want to check off a series. It's not going to matter when I'm like looking for ideas for a series, but I was thinking about doing like A and B over here. C and D over here. I actually kind of came up with something like A, B, C, D, and then can have E, F, G on a page and things like that. So that's kind of my thought process. I will be using the most of the page. Actually, I might not do a true Dutch door. I might do this more as waterfall tabs because I really don't need to just, it's not really something where I need to have like extensive titles. It's just going to be title of the series and then book 1, 2, 3, 4. I can write that over and over again. It's fine. So what I might do, what I'm thinking about doing is doing tabs. So kind of like waterfall tabs with waterfall edges with tabs is what I'm kind of thinking. So like this tab, well, I guess I would have needed one here, but I can still do one here. Because this would be like A through D, and then this tab would be what's behind that one. And what I'm thinking for the tabs is then I would just cut off the second row here. I'm going to have to do that after I figure out how many tabs I'm going to have. But basically, I'm just trying to pencil it in so I know not to go that far over when I'm doing any decorating or any setting up of the page, because I feel like that should be enough for that. I will grab probably like a happy planner or something that has tabs, something that has tabs, and just trace it is what I'm going to do. But I think that would be kind of cool. Like I would have this, I'll have a tab here. So I guess I also need to do over here. I have this thing. So like I could start the tab there. There we go. 1 tab done. 5 more to go. There we go. So here are the tabs. I don't want to do anything yet as far as decorating the tabs or doing more tabs or what have you, because I'm still trying to figure out how this goes. So far in 3 years, I have, for A and B, I have 5 Bs and 1 A. It makes me nervous. It really does. How many more pages do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do this all over again. So I can do another set of tabs. I hate to have empty pages though. All right, let's kind of play around with this. Let's play around with this. Like of course your mileage is going to vary based on what books you read, what the typical titles are. It seems like B, C are like some of the more popular titles when it comes to books that I read. The one thing I know I'm going to need to do, all right, here is this year's reading journal. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. And see, I don't get that many here. That's what makes me nervous. 1, 2, 3, and I did 2 boxes by 2. So I did everything 2 by 2. I like that. I like the 2 by 2. So we can start mapping out that part of it. I have a new idea. I think I'm going to keep with 2 letters per page. I think I'm going to start 1 letter at the top, the second letter at the bottom. So they're going upward. That should help me out. I think. We'll see. I'm going to start adding A, B, and C, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I'm going to go ahead and do at least 2 boxes. Because all of these are going to have at least 2 books. I'm starting from this side. Okay. So let me grab one of this. So it's Artifacts of Aranos. Is that how you say it? I don't know. All right, and there are 4 books. Okay. And then we're going to start at the bottom. All right. I kind of like that. I like that because it doesn't make it too cluttered, and I didn't want to split the page because I might not read any more A's. Like I'm not counting like A, like I don't know, but like, you know, ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses, that's going to be under C because I'm not counting the A. I'm not counting the. I'm counting the like main word. That's just how I'm doing it. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to come into here. So there we go there. This is where I get nervous because I have 3 D's. I really feel like I want to do D and E, F and G. Hold up. I think I got this. Okay, let's do this. Let's see. So we'll do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, R, P, Q, R, S. Okay, so that's going to need 11 pages, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We have enough tabs. We have enough tabs because this will be the last page. And then if we need to start over with extras, then I'll just start over with extras. But I think that's what I want to do because I'm just thinking court is just a very, very popular title. And even though I haven't read too many series that start with D's, I've only read 3. Look, 2 of them are dark, have the word dark in them. So I'm like, that could actually start adding up. And I just love series. So, you know, this isn't talking about series that, you know, I'm going to finish. It's series that I'm starting. So I think that's what I'm going to do. A, B, C, and then There we go. So we're going to go ahead, set up A and B, and then that's going to be it because I don't want to keep you here all day. I'm going to probably do the rest while I'm watching TV, listening to an audiobook or what have you. But we're going to decorate a little bit, I think. I think we should decorate a little bit. I don't have very much room, so I don't really know how much I can decorate, but we can try. Let me, So before I start decorating, I wanted to go ahead and add some letters to the top of the page so that way I know which letter corresponds to which page. Because like I said, there is going to be a little variation from page to page. Some pages are only going to have one alphabet, and then some of them are going to have three. So it's going to vary just based on what I am thinking of as far as mostly romantic titles and the popularity of those letters when it comes to the first letter of the title. Trying to do a little bit of like, thinking ahead, which I'm probably going to be completely wrong. And I'm sure some of the ones where I'm going to be using 3 alphabets per page are going to fill up a lot quicker than expected, but that's okay. I have extra pages. So after I did that, I was trying to figure out what to do as far as decorating. Unfortunately, the PET tape and the washi from CoraCreaCrafts is just going to be too big for the space that is left on these pages. So I went into my stash and I decided I will just use some of the random book-themed washi that I already had. It is very close to fitting around the perimeter of these pages. I just have to do a little bit of cutting, but I figured let's just go ahead and just do washi around the entire perimeter of these boxes or these tables. And you will see I will also add washi to the tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use different washi for each of the 2-page spreads. And then as I need to repeat, I'll just repeat the pattern again. I just feel like it's an easy solution. It gives me a little bit of, some decoration on the page, which I absolutely love. But, I need all the functional space in this. So I think it works out pretty well. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm only going to do 4 pages today, or 2-page spreads, but I'm gonna just let you kind of finish watching me do the little bit of decorating here, and then I will pop back in to wrap everything up. All right, so I just did that, so that way there's something there. But that's kind of the general setup. I have collected all of my sticker scraps on the sleeves of my shirt, so it should be an easy cleanup. But I will be doing a flip through of my 2025 reading journals, or the ones that I'm like are ongoing reading journals. That will be this reading journal. It will be probably my Magical Readathon reading journal, and of course my 2025 one. I'll be doing that probably beginning to mid of January once I complete my 2025 journal. So definitely stay tuned for that, and I will share with you kind of the final look, because I'm probably going to be working on this whenever I find time. But I definitely wanted to share with you the setup. I didn't get to use as many stickers from the new CoraCreaCraft box just because they were a little large for the space that I had left over. But that's fine. At least I had some that I could use. This black washi is giving me a time. I might have to take the black washi off because it's not sticking very well. It's not sticking very well. I'm not sure where I got it from. I like the look of it. I like the contrast, but it's not working very well. I will probably use a different color here instead of the brown for the chart, so we'll figure it out. I'm going to choose colors for the years and for the swatches. So what I'll do is I'll pick a color. It's probably going to be all in the same color family, so like grays or browns or something like that, but I'll do like one swatch and then I will write the color like 243 inside of the swatch, so that way I can easily find it. But yeah, that way I can color in the boxes according to whatever year it is. And then I'm going to work backwards. So this is book 1, 2, 3, 4. If there's any novellas or prequels, I'm just going to have that after the fact. So that is how everything is going to be. I'm excited about this. This is something that I cannot believe I didn't think of when I first set up the journal, but I think it's fine because I don't want all of the pages all heavy at the front and nothing at the back. So this helps balance it out a little bit. But yeah, this is something that I think is essential for me because, like I said, I don't want to write all of these in my 2026 reading journal because I'm not sure that I'm going to be reading all of these in 2026. Some of them I may very well be pausing until I just, figure it out or decide to finally DNF it. We'll figure that out at that time. But yeah, there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely be on the lookout for some more of my 2026 reading journal setup videos. I have some more challenges I need to add to my journal, and then I will be doing a final flip through of that journal probably closer to the end of the month. I'm going to try to do it maybe within the last week or two of the month, and I'm going to be filling in some of the areas, so you will see how I set up the series tracker in that journal because I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that like button, and if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. This is all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.